Hi carrots, my name's Schmiddy and I'm back with another Identity 5 YouTube video for you guys today. Today I am reviewing the test server adjustments. I never have done a video like this where I review test server adjustments, and yeah, these are the biggest test server adjustments we've ever had. And I mean ever have had, so I just wanted to make a video about it. It seems like every character is getting nerfed or buffed. Merc's getting slammed, Mechanic's getting slammed. Axeboy not so slammed, but he's getting a nerf. Mind's Eye's buff is pretty funny. Batter seems broken now. If you're good at batter. And yeah, we will go through these one by one. I will give you my thoughts and all of that. But if you guys are new to the stream, remember to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you want to join my Discord, where I did get this information from, thank you, SongSimp, for providing and translating this. Yeah, you guys can come here. You can go join the hangout and we can talk. And you can ask me any questions you like. But anyway, let's get into the video. Let's see these huge adjustments. Some aren't that big, but some are. You will just get to it. It's horrible, but just remember, guys, these are test server adjustments. They aren't implemented or going to be implemented into the game. These are just ideas that they have added and going to test out. But if these all do get into the game, which they most likely won't, but if they do, it'll be the biggest update this game has ever had. The biggest game changer for all characters, for tournament strategy, for rank strategy, for quick match strategy. Everything will be switched, and that is that's pretty cool in my opinion. I don't know how much I like it, but let's just get into it. So for Geisha, increase the soul speed departure and increase the speed of the butterflies at full presence. So I don't know how big this is going to be. This is not game changing. This is one of the ones that isn't that big. I won't talk that much about it. Geisha is not that great of a hunter. This won't make her that great of a hunter. She'll basically be the same in my opinion. Yeah, that's basically all I have on Geisha. Geisha needs a bigger buff than that to be viable in tournaments and rank mode. Ripper, decrease the amount of time taken for Ripper to enter invisibility state when walking in fog, and increase movement speed when skill on cooldown. So for Ripper again, same with Geisha, needs a bigger buff to be viable. This will not help Ripper in the slightest, in my opinion. Yeah, he's faster, but that foggy cooldown is still, what is it, 20 seconds, 15 seconds? I mean, that's just not enough. When a Bloody Queen's mirrors the same cooldown as a Ripper's Foggy Blade, it's not right. Ripper could be viable if they gave him an 8-second or 10-second cooldown on Foggy Blade. Maybe then he'll be viable, but before that, then no. I just don't think so. All right, here we have Axeboy. So this is not one of the biggest ones. There are like 3 or 4 big ones, but this is a one that stands out a little bit. So now the longest distance to control souls is now 32 meters. This helps a lot in high tiers and low tiers. If it's a good Axeboy when you're kiting, this can obviously This obviously helps kiting, right? So this is pretty big. It's not huge, but it's pretty big. Also, the time to dismantle trees is now 8 seconds. This is huge. Why? Because you should 99% a tree every time when you decode. If there's a tree next to your cipher, 99% it. Because if you 99% it, you get heartbeat, you break the tree, there's no fireball following you, and that's the biggest fireball to Axeboy. If there's no fireball following around you, Axeboy has nothing to work with. Leading up to this, now the status of the purple soul when leaving a tree area is 40 seconds. So now, if you dismantle a tree that now takes 8 seconds, not 12, you now don't have a purple fireball around you if you leave an area of a tree for 40 seconds. This is huge. Huge. I can now go 40 seconds around the map without a purple fireball. That is huge, because the purple fireball is basically all that Axeboy has to work with. If you can dodge the other fireballs. A good player will be able to dodge the fireballs that are just, in the game and just following the tree. You can dodge that because they're slow, but when that fireball's following you and you're like mid-church and there's no tree around you but that fireball and you're going in a straight line, you can't dodge it. It's so fast, and a good Axeboy will be able to pull that in and hit you. So this is big. That's 40 seconds. If you don't have a purple fireball around you for 40 seconds and you take 2 regular hits without a fireball, including blink, that's at least a 65-70 second kite. So that's huge. And the movement speed at full presence cannot occur. The same movement speed reduction can't occur within the same 4 seconds. I mean, this is just a little bonus. If you're slowed down, you're probably going to die anyway. This helps a lot, but that tree dismantling in 40 seconds, in my opinion, is the biggest adjustment for Axeboy. This will definitely make Axeboy easier to beat. Moving on to Sculptor, area of Graveyard decreased, is the first presence ability, decreased from 16 to 12 meters. And the cooldown is increased from 12 to 15. So this is big. It doesn't seem that big, but this decreases Sculptor's map presence. This means she can probably only spike. Decrease from 16 meters to 12 meters. Yeah, she can probably only spike 1 time per chair, per half chair. So if she chairs a survivor, usually she can spike twice if she wants to. This will make it so she can only spike once, and now she has to be more accurate with that spike. Now that's 12 meters, not 16 meters. So this is really big in my opinion. Yeah, Sculptors will have to be more precise. They'll have to be smarter about when to use the spike. And yeah, it's a little thing, but in competitive and tournaments, any slight advantage against over the hunter is very big. So if this is implemented, which I do think this will be implemented. If everything is not implemented, but one thing, I do think the Sculptor one will be implemented because they've been talking about this for months. I do think this is a good adjustment. Yeah, that's my thoughts, Sculptor. So for Feaster, like I said, guys, there aren't many big ones. For Feaster, I don't think this actually helps him. You guys can read that. Increased attack speed, but decreased attack range. I don't know how much that helps him. And then you remove an extra tentacle. I'm not sure about this. I'm not a Feaster man. I don't know if this is good or bad for him. I'm leaning towards the bad. I don't know why this will help him, but it might. I'm not that big of a Feaster main. Again, guys, I'm only going to talk about the ones that I think are really big. This is not that big in my opinion. It might be to some of you, but to me it's not. So I'm just going to move on from that. Here we have Guard 26. Now this is a big one. Survivors cannot be bombed again within 1.2 seconds. So does that mean I can't get double bombed, like bomb? If that's the case, then bombs are horrible. Increased time for bomb to regenerate, full presence from 4 to 5 seconds. Bombs will not interrupt your rescues. So if this is implemented, Bon is not going to be a good hunter. So he can't stuff saves as easily because you can just insta-save and the bombs will not interrupt that save at all. And if a bomb cannot hit, you can't chain. You can't bomb. You have to bomb, wait a second, bomb, wait a second, bomb, wait. I don't think that'll be implemented, but if it is, Bon will not be that good. Moving on to Dream, which this is actually a big one too. Paul liked this one. When the main body is within 20 meters of a survivor, the survivor receives an alert. Now, this is huge. Why? Because in rank mode, you play Dream Witch for the lack of comms, the aspect of a surprise. In rank, you're not 4-man VCing in top tier. Because of this, now that if you know the main body is near you, you can set up for a better kite. This puts the Dream Witch at a significant disadvantage because the Dream Witch aspect of surprising, terror shocking on that cipher is gone now because you're going to be alerted she's there. Also, when the main body or leech uses a skill, all of the leeches have a cooldown of 20 seconds. This is huge. She now can't abnormal. She now can't blink then blink. She can't do all that now. She can't patrol or hit and then right after patroller. If Dream Witch gets this, Dream Witch will still be a good hunter. A very, very good hunter. Top 3, top 2, maybe even still number 1. Sculptor's really good though. But Dream Witch, this hurts Dream Witch because now in rank there's no element of surprise, and she can't back-to-back blink. So this is pretty big in my opinion. If this happens, Dream Witch will be hurt, not murdered, but hurt. You guys will see. You guys will see Mad Eyes. It's coming up. Wu Chang. The skill cannot be heard around the map. This isn't that big. Full presence teleport still cipher range decreased from 15 to 11. So this is kind of big. If you're trying to get a save and he teleports on you, you can now go further back and have less risk of getting soul siphoned. This isn't that big of an adjustment. This won't make Wu Chang very good. Wu Chang is still going to be B tier, A tier, depending on who you're talking to. Maybe even C tier. He's not C tier in my opinion, but you know what I mean, depending on who you're talking to. But he won't be S tier. And these adjustments won't do that much to Wu Chang. Moving on to Lucino. Jumping cooldown increased from 9 seconds. I haven't read Lucino. Jumping cooldown increased from 9 seconds to 11 seconds. Why would they do that? He is so bad already. Slightly increased backswing recovery jumping. Wait, they increased his cooldown? Jumping cooldown increased, not decreased, increased to 11 seconds. That makes no sense. Why would they do that? I don't know. Moving on. This is the slammer of the hunters. The slammer. Dream Witch got a little bit. Sculptor, you know, Dream Witch is kind of big, but Mad Eyes. They just said, you know what? If you're Mad Eyes main, you're not a main anymore. Let's get rid of Mad Eyes. When a survivor is decoding a console, Mad Eyes cannot use that console. You guys don't understand. If you pop ciphers, Mad Eyes can usually, if you're trying to open a gate, you know, wall off the gate. Even if a survivor's on a console. Well, now, not anymore. Not anymore. If you're trying to open a gate, if your survivor is opening a gate and someone is helping that survivor by being on the console, you can't counter that. That takes his ability. You can't wall the survivor taking down the gate anymore. You can't wall the survivor decoding the gate because someone's on the console. I don't get this. Also, if you're decoding an early game and if everyone's on a console early game trying to get rid of his walls so they can decode, he can't wall anyone, so he has to walk. They completely killed Mad Eyes with this. Completely. He is horrible now. I don't think they'll implement this, but he is bad now. Like his whole entire point was to use the console when someone. This hurts Mad Eyes bad. Walls placed in doorways of 2-story buildings like Moonlit River will go down faster. This is a little added benefit and decrease area of some consoles. So they also decreased the area of consoles. They absolutely killed Mad Eyes. It is sad. I'm not a Mad Eyes main. I don't like Mad Eyes. But if you are a Mad Eyes main, I'm so sorry for you. This is terrible. This is probably the biggest buff of the entire thing. And we're still not at Mechanic and Merc. This is horrible because Mechanic and Merc will still be viable. Mad Eyes is not. They slice and dice him. He's gone forever. They will have to buff him. Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, that is my Mad Eyes opinion. This is all the hunters. Let's get on to the survivors. So there are a lot of survivors getting adjusted. I'm gonna try to make this very fast because this video is already 16 minutes long, and I want to, I don't want to hold you guys up from having a wonderful day. So let's get on with this. Prisoners basically getting a buff. You can now electric zap at the start. Progress loss 10 to 20% to 5 to 15%. He will have a better start to early game, but he will still not be viable in rank well, obviously anything's viable in rank if you play it. It won't be viable in tournament gameplay. Prisoners still won't be that good. Now this is a big one in my opinion. When Seer observes a teammate, the sound of owl can be heard across the map, and the owl symbol will appear on the observed. Now the question is, will Hunter be able to hear it? In my opinion, I think Hunter will be able to hear it. If this is the case, it gives the Hunter a very big advantage. The Hunter will now expect the owl. So there are a couple things you can do with this if you are a Seer main. If you are a Seer main, you can now mind game the Hunter. If the Hunter knows you're observing, he might miss the hit on purpose because he knows. So if you know he's going to miss the hit on purpose, you don't have to owl. Now that he does know, he might just try to insta-hit to get rid of that owl. So there are a couple things you can strategize with this. Top hunters already probably know when the Seer is getting observed, but you never know 100%. Now you will. So if the hunter is able to hear the owl, this is a very big adjustment to Seer. I'm not complaining with the Seer adjustment. I'm not saying it's a bad or good one. It does help out Hunter's main, so it could be good. But this in my opinion, this is a pretty big one. Not huge, but it does impact. Moving on to Explore, page digging time increased by 5 seconds. This is pretty big for the long-term time of game. Now survivors will have to kite a little bit longer. Is this a big one? No, not really. It's just 5 seconds, but 5 seconds can get you a lot of time in identity, especially when there's one cipher left and it's almost primed. Those 5 seconds could have gotten you that prime cipher. Who knows? Moving on to Painter. This is a little big. I don't think it's that big. You can basically now paint. You can now paint while running. You can keep painting while vaulting a pallet and vaulting a window. And time to place is shorter, and it's a longer by 0.5 seconds. So they did buff Painter. Painter will be more viable now. I'm actually going to go try it in rank if it does happen. But I missed the 3 paintings. 3 paintings was so good. Painter was busted with 3 paintings, and I love when a survivor's busted. Because I am a survivor main, of course. And I've had to dream with a busted dream, which I've had to deal with a busted dream which so long. So yeah, but Painter will not be tournament viable in my opinion. Not with this. I think adding a new painting. Add a 3rd painting, but decrease the time, stun time to 2.5 seconds with 3 paintings. I think it'll be viable. But have 3 paintings. Alright, moving on to my good old Mercenary. Mercenary got absolutely killed. They keep nerfing Merc. I don't understand it. They just keep on nerfing Mercenary. And I have class soon, so I'll try to hurry this up. So the chair time delay reduced from 30% to 10%. Now Mercenary is not going to be on that chair that long compared to other survivors. It was 30%. This doesn't really make an impact because when is Mercenary ever chaired? But when he is, it's good that you have that little cushion that you can decode a little 5 seconds extra because of that 30% chair time. But now it's 10. So the devs were like, yeah, he doesn't. We've helped him so much in the past. Let's do this. And not only that, now he has 3 elbow pads. It was 5, now it's 4, and then now it's going to be 3 if this is implemented. And this is big because every elbow pad to a Mercenary is huge. Having 3 elbow pads puts a Mercenary at a very big disadvantage. A lot of you might not see it because it's just 1, but 1 is very big. 1 can get you hatch. 1 can get you to that gate. 1 can get you to that chair before over half or right before the hunter teleports, and you can elbow pad to the chair if you had that 1 more elbow pad. So this is big in my opinion. Mercenary got absolutely murdered. Not to the point of mechanic in Mad Eyes, but yeah, Mercenary's big. This is big because he is he's a meta character, and he still is going to be meta, but 3 elbow pads plus 10% chair time, it's really big, to say the least. Alright, now we have Entomologist, and after that Mechanic, I'm going to make Entomologist short. I'm not sure what this means. I'm not an Entomologist main. I've actually never played Entomologist. I think maybe once. I don't even know. Maybe with a trial card. You can leave in the comment section actually down below if you tell me what this means. I'm not sure if this will make her good or not. Entomologist mains, I want your opinion on this. I have no idea. I'm not even going to put my insight on this because I don't know if this will be good or not. This is like the who was it? This is like this is like Feaster. Yeah, I don't think it'll be. I don't know. Leave in the comment section down below. But now we have the biggest one of the survivors, in my opinion, the Mechanic. Cowardly trait reduced from 45 to 35%. Yes, that's great and all, but decoding speed now 100%. You may not think this is big, but this is huge. Why? Because now Mechanic has to rely on a bot. If bot dies for Mechanic is pretty useless. In competitive, if you guys watched competitive, bot is everything. Mechanic's bot helps 4-man, helps 3-man. If someone's kite is bad, Mechanic bot can do this. Well, if Mechanic bot died, Mechanic still has 125% decoding, which is good. But now with this 100%, if a hunter spawns into a game, his one goal should be find bot. If you kill bot, Mechanic has nothing. And 25% less decoding. This is Mechanic mains now have to prioritize bot over their life. When I say that, I don't mean run at the hunter and die for bot. But what I mean is bot is so much more important now than it ever has been. And bot was nerfed, a couple of seasons ago? So Now mechanic mains have to be very, very, very smart where they go, what they do, and how they use their decoding power. This just makes mechanic more high skill. Mechanic was already, in my opinion, the second most skilled character in the game behind forward. Now mechanic might be the first, depending on how you play it or who you're playing with and what your team needs. But mechanic mains, I am sorry for you. This just adds more stress to your gameplay. But yeah, I think mechanic, if they do implement this, this will be big. It won't be game changer like Mad Eyes, but mechanic, this is big. Moving on to batter, I'm not a batter main, but I was getting a lot of comments saying this will make batter broken. I cannot tell you if it will or not. Burst duration increased to 20 seconds to 30 seconds. When burst is activated, vault speed and pallet drop speed is increased to 40%. That is huge. You confirm burst at the start of the game. So, if I'm reading this right, batter is going to be very, very good. Burst at the start of the game is very good. You can now stun. I believe the burst does the stun. I'm not going to talk too much about batter because I don't know much about batter. But batter mains, again, like, please in the comment section below, let me know, like entomologist mains. Tell me how good you think this is and tell me why, because I am very curious. Lawyer. Removed interaction slowdown when lawyer interacts with a pallet. Map use time now increased 10 seconds. I mean, yeah, I get 10 more seconds to my map. Persuadable, there you go. But this isn't that big. It won't make lawyer meta. Lawyer won't be meta for a long time unless they do something. Postman, the dog has grown familiar. Maximum time to send a letter now is 5 seconds. Dog's bite now lasts. Dog's bite increased 20 meters in Postman. Okay, so this is a small buff. I don't think it's that big. He'll still be B tier, maybe C tier. Survivor, but for duty and Postman mains, I hope you're glad with this. This is not that big, but it does help you if you're a Postman main. And Postman is super fun, so hopefully this will make it even more fun to play as Postman. Alright guys, we are in the home stretch. Mind's Eye. This is the funniest one. Mind's Eye's cane basically now slows down the hunter. I love this. If the hunter is close to Mind's Eye, his interaction speed is decreased. I love this. Leg will love this too. I love this. This is so funny. This won't make Mind's Eye viable at all. It just won't. But it's just one of those things that it's just funny. If you're playing Mind's Eye, you have a fun time. You're close to the hunter. Let me just decrease his move. Let me just decrease his speed. It's funny in my opinion. I love that. I really do. Perfumer, when she perfumes back, all debuffs are removed. This is kind of big for Perfumer mains. If you have a Vio node on you and you perfume back, it disappears. All that stuff. Is it big? Is it game changing? No. Perfumer still viable? Yes, and this just makes her more viable. But is this a big update? No. Not like Merc, not like Mad Eyes, not like Mechanic. Wildling. Every time he gets on his board, the duration of the next time he uses it decreases by 65, 50, so on and so forth. This is big. They're pretty much buffing Wildling if I read this correctly. I could not be, but if I'm reading this correctly, the cooldown time is now shorter every time he uses the board. Unless it increases by that, but I don't think so. This is big because Wildling mains now have little time to get on board, which helps teams. Wildling is a very staple component right now in competition because teams are now going for ties instead of wins because they're respecting the hunter so much. Beating a hunter nowadays is very hard if it's a good hunter. So the Wildling is that tie meta, and this will make it so that you can establish the tie even easier. And last but not least, we have First Officer. This is a pretty funny one in my opinion. Basically, what I read from this is, look at his new special effect. When invisible, First Officer said he will gain a special effect lasting 5 seconds. During this, First Officer will not receive any damage. The damage will apply once the effect is over. So if I'm invisible and I get hit, I will not receive any damage. None. This is the unicorn. This is the unicorn adjustment in my opinion. If this happens, First Officer will be meta. Why? Because he can go for save, and if he gets hit, it doesn't matter. He's like a mercenary. It'll only happen after the fact. If you're going for dungeon, you have a pocket watch. If you save a pocket watch for endgame, and you get hit while you're invisible, what I'm reading is even if they have detention, you're still alive for 5 seconds. So you can get to that gate. You can get to that hatch in those 5 seconds, and you will not die because of that new special effect. This is amazing. These adjustments are huge. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. tell me what you guys' favorite one is. A lot of people were mad about Lucino. I am too. That is so bad. But yeah, please let me know down below. If you are new, please subscribe, like the cam, share with your friends. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Discord. This is where I got my lovely information. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I have class. Have a great day, great night. Wherever you are, carrots, stay safe. Bye-bye.